If you're using beta alanine like most people, you're probably missing out on your full potential. I'll show you how to fix that, along with 2 quick tips for how to use beta alanine for bodybuilding based on 2 incredible experiences I had in the editor-in-chief's office when I worked for Muscle and Fitness. At the end, we'll tie it all together. I'll show you exactly how I do it with my clients and athletes. Let's get to it. I'm David Barr, and if you're looking to get bigger, faster, stronger, get leaner, go longer, hit that subscribe button below to make sure you don't miss anything. First lesson from the editor-in-chief's office. At the time, it was Dr. Chris Lockwood, and he revealed to me that as part of his doctoral research, he had done some early work on beta alanine, which is perfect. He told me before it was published that beta alanine could actually increase muscle growth with high-intensity interval training. This blew my mind. This was not even conceivable to me, but it started me down the path of thinking about energy systems and needs analysis. And this is a lesson we can get from strength and conditioning coaches and just in general the field of strength and conditioning. I think we can apply it and fix beta alanine. So needs analysis. What is this? Well, before you develop a program for an athlete, you have to look at their sport and what they're trying to accomplish. So you look at the type of movements, the speed, the energy systems, or the metabolic pathways involved. Then you tailor their program, short and long term, based on that needs analysis. And this is where beta alanine comes in, because beta alanine works through metabolic energy systems. Right now, we're not doing that as bodybuilders. We're typically just taking beta alanine and expecting it to work for us. We need to figure out how beta alanine works and then tailor our programming around that. That's applying the needs analysis, and that's really going to help us get results from beta alanine, because right now the results aren't great for fellow meatheads. And you've probably experienced this yourself, so this is one way to tweak it. So here's the fix. Train high intensity, higher volume with higher reps and shorter rest periods. That's really going to stress the energy systems. That's where beta alanine is going to excel. Now, this doesn't mean you have to train that way all the time, but occasionally when you do train that way, that's where beta alanine is going to excel. You're going to feel it. It's going to feel definitely different. You're going to get the results based on that type of training. Now, here's a bonus tip for strength and power athletes. You can actually use beta alanine as well, even if you're doing lower reps and longer rest periods. And the reason is if the hydrogen ions or protons are going to cause more of a slow twitch, slower fiber conversion, then if you can mop up as much of those with beta alanine as possible, then you can potentially mitigate or even eliminate that transition, however minor it may be. So beta alanine is wide open for anybody, but if you're bodybuilding, looking for muscle growth, then that's where you have to reach into those higher reps, shorter rest periods. So what does that training look like? Well, it means your sets should be around 12 reps each. Tack on a couple extra sets, but remember, you have to push yourself, because the beta alanine is going to allow you to do that, to be able to push yourself harder. And if you don't take advantage of that, then you're not going to get the added benefit. You're not going to get the results that you're after. So keep the rest periods short. Try for a minute to 2 minutes, but keep the volume high, keep the intensity high, and really push the limits of what beta alanine can do for you. And that's where you're going to get those results. The next lesson from the chief, he was talking about amino acid stacking, and this is related to beta alanine. And really, to sum up the idea of competitive amino acid transport, he summed it up beautifully. They don't like each other. And what it means is that 2 different amino acids can use the same transporter. It's like they're fighting for the same parking spot. So if they don't like each other, you don't want to combine them in the same drink. This is related to beta alanine because you don't want to stack BA with taurine. They fight for the same parking spot, that same transporter. So just think, they don't like each other. Unfortunately, there are way too many products that combine these 2 already. So you're definitely shooting yourself in the foot by consuming those within a few hours of each other. So if you're taking your taurine separate from your beta alanine, not a bad idea at all. That's something I do, but you don't want to consume them in the same drink. Why? Because they don't like each other. Now, real quick, what do you stack beta alanine with? Do you use it with taurine? Do you use it with creatine? Just let me know in the comments below. Here's your bonus tip. We've covered what you don't want to stack beta alanine with. Again, that's the taurine. But what do you want to stack the beta alanine with? Well, probably the simplest type of supplementation you can do is throwing sodium chloride, regular table salt, into your drink with your beta alanine. Why? Because rather than fighting for the same parking spot, the sodium and the chloride are going to help facilitate the beta alanine getting into your muscle, getting it where you want it to go. So rather than not liking each other, like the taurine and the beta alanine, the sodium and the chloride, they love beta alanine. So again, super simple, super cheap. Quick tip for you, fire that one up. So in summary, how do I use this stuff? And I have to preface by saying, even though I'm a dual certified sports nutritionist, these are not recommendations or prescriptions. This is just what I do. So quite simply, if I'm loading, just starting off beta alanine, they'll do 8 grams a day, 2 times 4 gram doses, divide twice a day, and I'll do that for 8 weeks. I will then maintain at 4 grams a day every day. If you skip a day, if you're skipping your beta alanine supplementation on off days, not a big deal, but 4 grams a day will do it. You get thrown your little sodium chloride, pretty simple tip, and make sure your training is going to be that high volume, higher intensity, but shorter rest periods and higher reps. Okay, you really want to push those energy systems. Some people like to use it before workouts. Right now, there doesn't seem to be a huge difference. So it doesn't matter if it's morning, pre-workout, post-workout right now, and I'll keep you apprised, keep you updated if that changes. But that's how we do it, and that's beta alanine. Here's your 3-point checklist that you can use to see if you want to add beta alanine to your supplement regimen. Check number 1, can you find banned substances and purity testing on beta alanine? Yeah, you sure can. This is especially important for athletes. Check number 2 is going to be, how long has this stuff been around? Because most supplements are a flash in the pan. They're around for 1 to 2 years and then they're gone. That's why we've had thousands of ingredients come and go. So how long has this stuff been around? Well, I can tell you beta alanine has been around since about 2005. And there's a story behind why I know that, and I'll share that in another video. But it's been around long enough, has a decent track record. Now, number 3 is probably the most important. That's going to be proof, or more specifically, proof on PubMed. Is there evidence of efficacy that is supported by the published, peer-reviewed, published scientific literature? And most ingredients, the answer is no. The answer is yes for beta alanine, but don't forget we have to fix it for what we're after, okay? It can be great for athletics, but in terms of, let's say, body composition, muscle growth, adaptation, that kind of thing, we need to tailor our training to that somewhat. So there's your 3-point checklist. Overall, it's pretty positive, but now you decide. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe. Don't miss anything. Until next time, raise the bar.